Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
We begin with two breaking stories here at 11. An elderly woman is killed in a hit-and-run crash. Police are asking for your help to find the driver.
But we begin with breaking news in Decision 2020. A report shows Governor Whitmer may be a serious contender for the vice presidency. Off the top tonight at 11, speculation intensifies over a pairing of Joe Biden and Gretchen Whitmer.
Yeah, for several weeks, Kim, it had seemed Whitmer's VP prospects had cooled, but tonight the Associated Press is reporting that last weekend, Whitmer flew to Delaware to meet face-to-face, or perhaps mask-to-mask, with Joe Biden. That comes as we know that Biden is drawing very close to announcing his choice of running mate. In fact, we expect an announcement any day. The AP even cites the flight plan that shows a chartered plane traveling from Lansing to Sussex County, Delaware last Sunday. That's not to say that other candidates haven't done the same. The questions are numerous, especially since many had come to believe the choice would likely be a woman of color, and many will wonder at whether a governor can ethically leave her post in the middle of a pandemic, but that is all skipping ahead as there is no confirmation of anything other than the meeting. But if you'd like to Sherlock Holmes this even further, while it's hardly a confirmation, I'll just note that some on Twitter have noticed that if you go to BidenWhitmer.com, it redirects you to the Democratic Party website. That does not happen if you type in Biden and any of the other rumored candidates for vice president. So stay tuned through the weekend, hour by hour.
Indeed, interesting though. All right. Our other breaking news story tonight, a 60-year-old woman is hit and killed leaving a nail salon, and police say the driver took off.
Happened at the intersection of Greenfield and Joy Road on Detroit's west side tonight, and that's where our Victor Williams is standing by. Victor, you have a look at the truck that police are trying to track down.
Yeah, that's right, Devin and Kimberly. So it looks like this woman was actually trying to cross the intersection over here with a walker, and rather than pressing on the brake, the driver of one of the pickup trucks that they are saying hit this woman did the exact opposite, pressing on the gas, striking the woman, and then dragging her several feet here in the middle of the street.
All her skin was gone off her leg. She was bleeding a whole lot.
Tonight, a woman in her 60s is dead, and police are looking for the driver of this pickup truck they say is responsible for running her over.
And I guess they got impatient. They failed to yield for a pedestrian and struck a 60-year-old woman that struck her with such violence that it pushed her probably about 20 yards.
Police got the call around 7:30 Friday evening. Officers responded to the intersection of Greenfield and Joy Road, where they found the victim dead from her injuries. Sonia Johnson saw it all playing out.
And he was letting her pass, and all of a sudden he hit the gas and he drug her. He drug her from right there to where you see her walker at.
But after the damage was done, the driver of the truck never stopped and instead decided to keep on driving like nothing ever happened.
Another guy, he tried to chase him down. They was gone. Right. I don't know where they went.
At this time, the last known location from that vehicle was heading south or northbound from Joy Road and Greenfield on Greenfield.
And with the amount of green light cameras in the area, Johnson is hopeful the victim will find justice.
They gonna catch him.
Now Detroit police are asking to hear from you if you know anything about that pickup truck described to be the colors blue and gray. Reporting live tonight, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Victor, thank you. Well, they are angry and heartbroken. Tonight, people in Dearborn came together to remember the lives lost in the explosion in Beirut. It's a tragedy that hits close to home for people here. Jason Coulthorpe is live outside the Dearborn Police Department, where a vigil was held tonight. Jason, good evening.
Good evening, Kimberly. They came out here, they cloaked themselves in the Lebanese flag, and they drew strength from one another to get through this tragedy. One of the people out here was a man who's from Beirut. He's a native. He lost several friends who were together, and tell me if this doesn't sound familiar, they were firefighters who were charging toward the building to help, having no idea there was about to be a massive explosion.
The tragedy in Beirut hits very close to home for many people in Dearborn. Maybe no one more than Khaled Trabulsi.
شارب الكرم إلي خزامي حوا سحر رامي كعكيك.
Khaled was a fireman in Beirut. 10 members of his former team responded to the original fire and then were gone in an instant.
They have children, they have wives, they lost, everybody lost it. It was very, very sad days, and we are still in sad days because every minute they take out another dead and another body. Beirut like Hiroshima.
Khalid and hundreds more in Dearborn came together to support each other tonight in their grief. Many people waving the Lebanese flag and draping its colors around them. Congresswoman Debbie Dingell telling the crowd the first plane with American aid has already landed in Lebanon.
You know, there were people that I know there. And, I mean, that explosion is one of the most horrific things I think many of us have ever seen in our lifetime. And we still need to understand what the issues are, what caused it, and there's a lot of things we need to understand down the road.
For Khalid, who passionately spoke in his native language, he wants justice for a tragedy that should never have happened.
We need our voice heard all over the world to know what's going on in Lebanon and make us live in peace.
Also out here tonight was a Wayne County Sheriff's deputy. I talked to him for a few moments. He's kind of rallying local business leaders here in Dearborn to raise money. They're going to take that money and fly to Lebanon, go to Beirut, and give it to the families of first responders who died in this tragedy. Their goal, by the way, is $500,000. So good luck to them. We're in Dearborn tonight. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
So heartbreaking. Okay, Jason, thanks. With the start of the school year just around the corner, Governor Whitmer has extended Michigan's state of emergency today.
It was set to expire on Tuesday. Well, now it runs until September 4th. State of emergency gives the governor the power to continue issuing executive orders related to the coronavirus.
East Lansing's mayor declared a city state of emergency tonight, ordering masks be worn in all outdoor spaces downtown as students return to campus.
Today, the state reported another 762 new cases, though no new deaths reported. Governor says the risk of outbreaks is going to increase, though, in coming weeks as some students return to in-person instruction. Novi schools are now planning a hybrid approach.
We are in a time where there is no great option. We are in a time where we have to give each other grace and where we have to understand the solutions that we are coming up with are solutions that we would have never chosen March 12th.
A group representing more than 800 educators in Warren Consolidated Schools sent a letter to the district demanding in-person learning be suspended. Now, we know you got a lot of questions and challenges that may be unique to your situation. You're trying to figure out the best decision for your family, and that's why we're going to hold an Education for All Town Hall this Thursday at 7 p.m. on our website at clickondetroit.com. Paula Tutman will join me along with a number of education leaders from across Metro Detroit to answer your questions. So we would ask you to start submitting those right now on our website at clickondetroit.com and then join us online Thursday next week at 7 p.m.
Now an update to a story we first brought you last Friday night. Van Buren Township Police say they do not expect any charges in the drowning death of 30-year-old Cedric Collins. Police say he was part of a large group of partiers at the Southport Apartments in Belleville when someone bet him $1,000 to swim across a large pond. Police say people tried to rescue him but couldn't reach him. Divers found Collins 137 feet from shore in 7 feet of water. A northern Michigan county official has admitted to using a racial slur when referring to blacks in Detroit, and tonight calls are growing for him to resign. Tom Eckerly is a member of the Leelanau County Road Commission. A local newspaper quoted him using the N-word, blaming black Detroiters for spreading the coronavirus. It happened before Tuesday's commission meeting. Eckerly tells the Associated Press he used the word but isn't a racist. He went on to call the Black Lives Matter movement racist and, quote, trying to take the country away from us. Tonight, the president of the Detroit chapter of the NAACP, Dr. Reverend Wendell Anthony, called for Eckerly to step down. In a statement, he wrote in part, quote, if this is the true nature of one given the responsibility of the public's trust, he must resign immediately. The road he is traveling is not on the straight and narrow. Now is not the time for our communities to be divided. Now is really the time for our people to be united. Police body cameras capture the takedown of a suspect allegedly behind a one-man crime spree. Wyandotte police say this man broke into 3 homes over the span of 24 hours this week. In one case, he got into a home and was walking around as a woman was sleeping at the time. After one attempt to stop him, police spotted him near a scrapyard on Wednesday. They chased after him, and then he got into a dump truck.
The man actually jumped into a dump truck and stole the dump truck. He reversed it directly at the officers, and we're very lucky that somebody wasn't severely hurt. One of our officers weren't even possibly killed.
An officer shot a taser through the passenger side window. He was hit, and then they were able to arrest him.
The Detroit Lions are planning on hosting fans at Ford Field this season with some notable changes.
The Lions expect fans in the stands for 8 home games, but the number of people still depends on state and local approval. There will be a mask requirement. Cash is not going to be accepted. Tailgating is not going to be allowed. So a lot of changes coming. Season ticket holders can opt out of the 2020 season, either requesting a full refund or putting their payments toward the 2021 season. But those who want tickets will still have to wait a little while to figure out how exactly that is going to work. We've seen several Delta flights delayed out of Metro Airport because passengers refuse to wear masks.
Well, now Delta is cracking down on people who don't comply with its rules. Hey there, Ben.
Hey, Kim, yes, we have used up some of the coolest numbers that we're going to see this week, but just how hot are we expecting the weekend to be? We'll check that out for you coming up next.
Okay, Ben, and people in this Macomb County neighborhood take it upon themselves to get a drunk driver off their streets. How they helped make an arrest.
But first tonight, President Trump talking about his plans to help struggling Americans during the pandemic, hours after negotiations with Democrats in Washington fell apart.
It's big.